Hey, welcome back, Rankers, and big hello to PubCon Florida at the moment going on. I want to talk to you today about revenue again, but in the context of where it fits in the day-to-day of getting things done on your site. Because quite often in medium-sized organisation, there might be a lot of people involved in the website or that have vested interests on the real estate of the website. You know, there's an argument going on about what we should have on the front page, what we should have on the, the footers, the menu. The thing that you've got to remember if you're a retailer is that what you're looking to do, or what you should be looking to do first, is to strip that site back so it has as least amount of baggage as possible. And what I mean by baggage, I mean just things like what we would call normal code bloat. So a lot of these themes that are built out there with for Magento and everything else, they'll contain a lot of stuff that a lot of you just won't even use. But most of you have basically, your developers have pushed everything live. And I liken it to a hot air balloon. You've got to get as much off and out of that basket, or else your passengers are going to keep bailing before it hits the ground, because that's it slowing down, right? So, I mean, this site here, right? It has a 1 out of 100 for performance. It does quite well. It does quite well, despite that. However, it could be doing a lot better. And the problem is that there's a lot of baggage in the theme that's come along with that developer that they've installed. And chances are there's database issues there that we have to have a look at, and a bunch of other things as well. But before you add anything to your site, because we have a lot of conversations about people saying, well, why don't we add a calculator? Or why don't we add a this? Or, a little survey at the end, or a little... Before you add any widget, you've got to know and understand what impact that's going to have on the rest of the site. What sort of load is going to have on the site. If someone can't interact with your web page for at least 30 seconds, then there's a bit of an issue there that you've got to fix before you do anything else. In the case of the client I was talking about last week, they wanted to put a survey on the checkout page to find out while people are dropping off. Now, my point to them is that, well, that checkout page is taking 30 seconds to load. So chances are by the time the user actually sees that survey, they're gone, right? So why don't we just, make that page faster, load faster. And then if we still have a problem with the drop-offs, take a survey then. But strip things back. And we have a mantra in the organization, which is, before you do anything, ask yourself how it affects revenue. And if you can't answer in the positive, you've got to say, well, why are we doing this? And that might be, someone might say, oh, get us to number one. And I had this conversation yesterday. Get us to number one for X. I said, okay, well, that won't take 15 hours to do that. And it'll possibly bring along quite a bit of traffic with it too. But then you've got to say, well, 15 hours doing that, or should we be spending 15 hours going through all your JavaScript and working out what you are and what you aren't using, and then tossing out what you're not using, and then making the whole user experience a lot quicker and make it easier to transact for the customers that you've already got. Hopefully that's helpful, and we'll see you next week. Thanks very much, everyone. Bye.